Today, since it's Easter, we are going to be weaving washi to make this basket effect in your planner or a notebook, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are weaving washi, but it's not just an Easter project. This would look fantastic with any theme. It just depends on the colors and styles of washi that you choose for your theme. You can start here with a little border, and then once you get the hang of it, you can move on to maybe a full page in a notebook or a memory journal or an art journal or anything really, back of a scrapbook. Okay, so let's talk about choosing the right kind of washi to do this. Now, color and pattern are not the only things that are important here. First, you need to know if this washi is going to be easy to work with. This yellow washi rolls off extremely easily, whereas this stripe one is really hard, not only to roll off, but actually to pick off and find the end. Now, this green, it rolls off pretty easy, and so does this turquoise polka dot, and they both really match the yellow really well. But since I'm going to do a small border on the bottom, both of these washes are going to end up being too wide. The turquoise, I'm only going to get one row. The green, I'm going to get two maybe. So I'm going to go with a thinner washi. I chose this pink one, not only because it's thinner, but also it matches really well with the yellow. It rolls off the roll extremely easily, and also the pattern contrasts with the floral. You want something that's contrast, because if it's too similar to the pattern that you're using, then you won't see the weave. Okay, so what I did was I started off by laying down just one bit of the pink, and then on top of that I laid down a strip of the yellow. Now, it's best to work in strips with your shorter one, well, because you need to rip it off because you're going to need to use the next strip, but also it's a lot easier to handle. Don't roll too much off of the longer one because it's easier to handle when it's on a roll. It's not going to stick to itself. It's not going to get tangled up. Another thing, when you're looking for which washi to choose washi that you can stick down on the paper and will pull back up easily. Now, this yellow one has ripped just a bit, but it's not too bad. Some of them, as soon as you stick them down, they're stuck for good. Just make sure that you're going to be able to pull it back up, because what you want to do is to lay your strips of washi super close. So the best way to do that is to actually lay very lightly each piece down. So you're going to want to be able to pull it back up again. Make sure that you get each new piece of washi snuggled up right close to the previous one. If you line it up right beside it, then you'll also make sure that everything stays straight. Now, you don't have to worry about lining up the patterns in these washi here, either the gingham or the florals, because you won't see any two pieces of the same pattern next to one another. The only thing is if you're using a really transparent washi. Now, you can still see through these, but not enough to really notice that the designs are off underneath. Now, depending on how wide your paper is, how close you get to the center seam, that'll decide what you do next. You can put a piece of washi over the seam of your planner, or you can cut it in half and do one part on one page, one part on the next page. It also depends if you're in rings or strings or a bound book like this. What happened with me was, if I continue, I don't want to have a space on the outside edge of the page. So I decided that I wanted to work from the outside in on the other page, and I just counted over from the first page how many strips of washi and alternated so I knew which one to start with on the opposite page. So I tapped each one saying under, over, under, over, under, over, so I could find where I was. And now I'm basically going to do the same thing on the other page. So I'll let you watch and I'll come back for the next step. Okay, so now we finished the first row. Let's go on to the next one. So we started under with the pink last time, so we're going over, and then we're going to pull every second yellow strip back. So that one ripped just a little bit, but it really was easy to pull these back. It's just kind of fiddly and time consuming, but it was really fun actually. What you can also do is what I do it a little bit is first go and pull down every second yellow strip and then run the entire pink right across, and that's a good way to be able to keep it nice and straight. Okay, so I'll let you watch again as I go through row number 2. And now we're going to start row number 3, and it's going to be the exact opposite. We're going to pull the other yellow strips back, every second one, and we're going to start under with the pink. And now that you're all done, you can sort of smooth the washi down a little bit and then cut your washi with using your favorite method. When I'm cutting washi on a page, I'll use a card like this one, but when it's on the edge of a page, I will use scissors. Now, when you're trimming off the top, don't worry about being too precise. We're going to cover that up. Actually, it's a little bit better if you leave a tiny little margin. It just keeps the washi from curling up if it's not sticking that well. And I did notice that one of mine did end up curling just a little bit on the bottoms, and you can always just add a little bit of extra adhesive if that happens for you. Now, like I said, we're going to cover up that top row. It's like a little rim to the top of the basket. Now, I like the contrast of that black, but for an Easter or a spring themed page, I want something a little bit more colorful and bright and happy. So I went with this green, but both of them would work perfectly well. And as I said before, this strip sort of holds down the tops of all the little strips and covers up any uneven cuts. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite roll of washi is in your stash. I have another video here if you haven't seen it with all kinds of tips and tricks on using washi in your planner. Here is one last closer look for you at the project today. And don't forget to stop back. We have a lot of fun on this channel, and I publish videos every Wednesday and Sunday. Subscribe if you like tutorials like this. Also, if you want other tips for decorating your planner, and also how to use that planner to keep you organized and motivated. You can click here on my little face to subscribe. Here are 2 more videos that I think you will like. Have a fantastic day and happy planning.